Yo, I cannot be the only person that noticed how the gaming space has just changed so much over the last 10 years. Because when I was first getting into watching different gamers, because the first YouTuber I ever watched was Jev, formerly known as FaZe Jev. And back in that time, I feel like the gaming space was more pure because you just had so many different personalities, original opinions in a sense. Like, even though there's always been a sheep mentality where it's just one person saying something and the rest follow, but I feel like back then it was still just so different because there was such an emphasis on fun. And I feel like nowadays it's not so much about fun as it is about becoming the next big streamer or YouTuber in the gaming space. It's like I feel like there's not a stream or anything that I go to where people aren't just acting chaotic and just overly loud, getting overly hyped for things that don't really need to be hyped up that much. I feel like people be losing their minds over these goddamn trailers and shit, and I feel like it's really not that deep. But I feel like that's what you have to do these days in order to really capture an audience, because people like things that are entertaining, and it's just with people's goldfish brains nowadays. I'm not surprised that that's so entertaining. But getting back to the topic at hand, I just feel like because people want to be seen so bad, it's like there is a cheating epidemic in video games. Like, it is another reason that I do not play 2K as much, because my friends are some sweaties on 2K. So it's like I always have to sit there and deal with the niggas that just want to fade, screen, use the defensive script, the secret, all types of shit. So for me personally, that's just not my flavor, and it's just like that's why it's hard for me to play COD seriously, because you don't know people. Like, people can have micro cheats in COD, just like you can on 2K. But with micro cheats on COD, you just literally look like a person that has good aim. So it's hard to tell who's cheating and who's not, and who's using some type of software to help enhance their aim or some shit. Like, it's just too much to worry about, and that's why I feel like the answer to all these problems are to get the fuck off these multiplayer games. Go find you a single player experience that you enjoy, because it's out there. There's so many different types of games. And if you have a PC, like with all the options on Steam and the Steam sales all the time, I feel like there is no better time like now than to go and start playing these single player games, because then, now that you're off and you're not giving your time and attention to these online games, they're either gonna watch the shit fizzle out or they're gonna address the cheating fast and hard, kind of like how I do your mom at night. But with that being said, I will always love the multiplayer games. I will always love 2K. I'll always love Call of Duty, just because that's what I grew up on. That is what I like. I like how Call of Duty feels, but enough is enough at a certain point, because the way they're shoving these microtransactions down our throats, and granted, it's not necessarily pay to win, but it is definitely a boost to just pay for things such as battle passes. Like, for example, because I'm a 2K and Call of Duty type of guy, the battle pass on Call of Duty and 2K, they're not necessarily pay to win, but you definitely have an advantage if you just buy the battle pass. For Call of Duty, if you buy the Black Cell bundle, because you get 20 tier skips and you automatically get the new weapons at the beginning of the season. Versus me, a guy who grinds it, it takes me, I don't say exponentially longer, but it definitely takes me about, I'll say maybe, I don't know, I'll say maybe like 10 to 12 hours of game time to go and unlock both new weapons, because you have to unlock the entire page. And the thing is, if you buy the battle pass on Call of Duty, even the $10 one, you'll be able to just unlock things as you see fit. But if you don't purchase the battle pass, it makes you unlock the entire page. You don't receive any of the rewards, and you have to wait to get the weapon till the end. So I just feel like that shit's trash. We need to get rid of that. It's like, bro, just put the new guns in the goddamn game. Stop making it so nasty and grindy to where it is kind of pay to play, or just pay to progress, I guess you could say. I'm not sure how you would describe it, but I just know that I don't like it. I know that much. And with 2K, they got this year, they have these max plus 2 systems. So now what that does is you could take a badge and say you have limitless range, which allows you to shoot further away from the 3-point line. You can go and say you have it on gold, you can put it to legend, which is the max badge. So now, say I choose to grind it out. That shit is level, like, I don't even know. I think like 15 or 20. I'm not sure because I haven't played it in so long or really paid attention to that shit. But I do know that offers a significant advantage for anyone who is willing to buy tier skips. And to max out the battle pass, that shit is the price of the game. That shit is like $70 to $80. So once again, it's just ways that they make grinding inconvenient as fuck. So that way you're willing to pull out your wallet. And these are the things that we need to get rid of in gaming. It's like people will always want to skip the grind and bypass it, but you shouldn't make the grind unbearable to where that feels like the only option, because just playing the game so much is just unbearable. And I feel like that's another problem with gaming. I feel like the people that complain about it just spend too much time on one game. And when you do that, you start to see the bullshit in the game far too much. So it starts to taint your view of the game. So now, once again, this is like one of like only 3 games you play per se. And now guess what? Now, between these 3 games, all you sit in is constant bullshit. Constant just agony, really. Because these games are stressful and the devs don't really care, and because it's a yearly release, it's like they're gonna drop the game in February anyways, because they're damn near done with the next game. And they're gonna start polishing it up and shit like that. Alright, maybe not done, but it's definitely, in development, in the works for sure. So, with that being said, once again, don't be one of these weird people that cheat on the video game to try to get some fame, or even cheat to act like you're good. It's like, bro, just literally get good. It's not even that hard. All you have to do is practice. And if you're only playing 3 games, you have enough time to practice, because that's how you perfect the game. That's how you really get the mechanics down. It's by taking it slow in your mind court, so you could really get the dribble combinations down or master the jump shot. But yeah, with that being said, stop taking shortcuts. Just do the grind. It's gonna be better for you. That's in life, that's in video games. Just do the right thing, bro. I'm out.